Alrighty, what's up? Welcome in, real YouTubists, VGC. Let's go. Um, Welcome to a new series that I am producing called Zero to Hero, where I am going to be documenting my rise to global champion in the Pokemon VGC. So a little bit about me first, I guess, is currently um, I'm not ranked, not good, not have no accolades, but I'm pretty good at video games, and I've been working on Pokemon a little bit. And we've made it to Masterball in Scarlet and Violet. But aside from that, honestly, we don't have any tournament wins. We've been to one VGC kind of like matchup during Gen 8, or like locals. And so we are just going to be documenting and showing our progress as also a way to keep me a little bit accountable for myself. And this should be let's call it a bi-weekly series. And then it will hopefully expand into coverage for, locals, tournaments, casting, that sort of thing. We're going to see where it grows. This is a very base product. We want to make sure that we do get something out. And if we keep doing that, we can slowly improve on it over time. Hopefully you'll join me along the way. This is a little bit of an archive footage as well. When I look back, in 10 years to the first video, what will I think? I think it will probably be very terrible and cheesy and bad, but you got to start somewhere. So let's go ahead and start somewhere. So for these Zero to Hero things, I've made a notion right here. And what we're going to do is kind of go through these notes. We're going to look at kind of our past, what happened in the past, weekish time frame. We're going to look at what we are presently looking at, and then we're going to look towards the future, kind of what our homework is, what our shortfalls are, what we need to work on, and things that we might be excited about in the future. So I guess let's just kind of get into it. I'm thinking that these Zero to Heroes will probably be 10 minutes-y a piece. I think that's manageable. I hope that's good. I am going to just kind of one take these. I don't want to spend a lot of time on scripts and thinking, because that's just going to delay it and maybe make it not happen. So we're just going to, fly from the cuff. I'm sorry for the bad production value. Things will get a little bit crazy, but hopefully it is good enough. So let's go ahead and go right to our notes. For the topic for today, is the first one. All right, the first one. Easy peasy topic. In the past, so let's talk about what we have done so far in VGC Gen 9. So, off screen, we have played the game. It's a really great game. We really enjoyed it. We have created our first team, which we can, I guess, look at right now. Let's go ahead and go right to the team. So our first team in Gen 9 was thusly. We had a Farigiraf, a Murkrow, so for your Trick Room options, your Tailwind options, and then we had a Gholdengo Wigglytuff for our damage kind of sweepers, special attack sweepers. We had a bulky Annihilape, and we had a Meowscarada physical fast sweeper. This team, technically it did give you the Masterball, but it has some issues. We've learned a few things from these issues. We're not seeing Farigiraf do perform very well, and I think that's because there's not a lot of like fake outs being played on the field, as well as like he was okay, but because there's not a whole lot of fake outs or a whole lot of priority moves, and I think there are better Trick Room setters in the form of currently like Armarouge, that while I really love Farigiraf, I want him to do well, I just wasn't seeing him. I wasn't getting the value that I wanted to out of him. I will say, though, however, we initially ran it with a Trick Room Imprison Hyper Voice light screen setup. I do like the Shadow Ball. I don't know how much I like the light screen since it's not priority. I'd rather have like a Grimmsnarl priority light screen or something like that. But what we were kind of doing with Farigiraf is like getting our Trick Room up. He's very bulky, so he doesn't need like a follow me help or anything. He can generally get that up even if he is double targeted, which is nice. So you put up the Trick Room, you put up the light screen, and then you can start doing a little bit of extra damage via your Hyper Voice or your Shadow Ball. Next, we have a Murkrow, a very standard set for Murkrow. I will say mine ran Snarl instead of Taunt. I do like the Snarl instead of Taunt. I still think that's a good choice, and that you'll see in the future team. Spoiler alert: there's going to be a Murkrow on it, and it's going to be this Murkrow because I do actually like what he was doing. We have a Gholdengo, a pretty standard Gholdengo. As far as like Life Orb, Make It Rain, Protect, Nasty Plot, Shadow Ball. Our EV spread was bulky instead of sweepy. And it also had an interesting 4 speed IV because I wanted to kind of do that trick room thing as well. So I wanted to be slower than the other mons when we were under trick room. I don't know how well that went. Kind of trying to switch between trick room and tailwind was maybe a little bit much. Maybe, you know, it didn't seem to work out very well. So we're kind of rethinking that. But the Gholdengo, obviously an incredibly good Pokemon, even with an interesting EV spread. So I think that was pretty okay. We have Wigglytuff, who I was really excited about. He has competitive. I thought I was going to see a lot more intimidates in this format. He's pretty good under Trick Room. He's got quite a low speed, but he's got good special attack. He's decently bulky. We had him with an Assault Vest. I think the Wigglytuff is in the future possibly a fine choice still. I just wasn't getting the value that I wanted to out of it currently in the matchups we were seeing. And we did run a defensive and special attack Wigglytuff. I might trade the defensive EVs for like more HP EVs. But I don't know. Well, Wigglytuff, spoiler alert again, is going to be off the team, so maybe we will come back to them later. Then we have an Annihilape, a bulky Annihilape. I love the bulky Annihilape. Ours ran a rock Tera type because that's just kind of how we found it in the wild, and we were kind of seeing that we were struggling with this team against Firemons specifically. So, and maybe like an Armarouge and Indeedee. So we wanted to put something that would be effective there. So we went with the Stone Edge Rock, as well as if he did happen to get burned, we could hope for those criticals. I think it was an okay choice. I am probably going to switch that Stone Edge over to a bulk up, and we'll probably switch his Tera type over to Ghost, maybe. I don't know. We'll figure it out. And then lastly, Masquerada, choice band, Protean Masquerada. Obviously a really great mon. It's got the Sucker Punch to U-turn, the Flower Trick. It's a very good mon. Everyone kind of agrees with that. I thought that was a good choice. However, I do believe they're off the next team. Just because I don't know how much weight they were pulling, and I never felt really great about them. But, you know, they're a good mon for sure. And then for the EVs, I did try and do like a weird speed tier, which was probably not the greatest. Probably should have just invested into HP because I did feel like I was getting one shot, probably a little too much. Previously, we did, with this EV spread, run a Focus Sash, but I think the Choice Band is just better for sweeping. I've learned that. So yeah, that's the first team. And do I want to like write some summary notes about like, I don't know, first team was decent, but I focused too hard on Trick Room and Tailwind in EV spread, which I think could be good if like you know what your competition is going to be. But I don't think it's a really great ladder team. So I think I had some right ideas there, but definitely missed the mark on some other things. Other things with the first team is our typing was okay, but we were really bad against fire, which was bad. We were pretty bad against ground, which was bad. And our fairy, our mon that started fairy, was very weak to a bunch of all the steel stuff that you're seeing around here. So let's just type that out. First team, let's see. Start type fairy was hard with so much steel around. What else did I say? A Wiggly could be good in more intimidate metas. Annihilape was good, but bad Tera type. Good, but for bet Tera. Murkrow's amazing. We'll have one positive. And Murkrow is amazing. So moving on to the present, we are currently in Masterball rank, probably like about 10,000 rank, so we definitely can improve there. Our present thing is we don't have any tournaments to go to, we don't have any locals to go to, we are just climbing the ladder. So we're going to continue to climb the ladder. However, for something that I know that we need to work on in the present that we have an issue with, I kind of debated putting type chart between present and future, but I'm pretty bad at type matchups. I'm not going to lie, not going to sugarcoat it. I'm decent at the obvious common ones, but there are many that I either misremember or don't remember, so we do need to spend some time focusing down. I am curious if there's kind of like a flashcard thing for type charts. I need to study up and look for a flashcard program. Because we definitely have issues with typing and knowing kind of like what's going to be either effective or super effective against like the norm, what the bond is, plus what their Tera type is, or what I'm switching out into. I've definitely in a lot of my games messed this up specifically, and I know it's easy and very bad, but I was like throwing fighting moves into ghost mons, or I was throwing like ghost moves into normal mons. Just really stupid stuff that we really just need to work on, we need to hammer on, and that will like obviously make a huge improvement in our gameplay. So I think that's the main thing that we need to improve on. And for the future, so we have crafted mostly crafted our second team, and we have switched things up a little bit. We have we still need to do our EV spreads, so we're going to do that probably after this video. But we have a Murkrow, we have for tailwind control, we have a Hariyama. I'm really excited about this Hariyama. It's got Fake Out, Wide Guard, Helping Hand, and Close Combat. Wide Guard is huge in this format. It's really good because you have the Make It Rains, and you have the Earthquakes, and you have the Eruptions. You have Lava Plumes. There's just so hyper voices, so many spread moves in this current format that I think really every team needs to have a Wide Guard on it. So I am really excited that we have a Fake Out and Wide Guard user. Because we are a faster kind of tailwind team, we opted for the Helping Hand. And then lastly, we just threw in some Close Combat. So I think that's going to be pretty amazing. So I'm excited for the Hariyama. Definitely a supporty Hariyama. And then we have, the Gholdengo, obviously a great choice. We have the Annihilape, bulky Annihilape, also obviously a great choice. Many people know about it. We have the Maushold with the fucking Wideland Population Bomb. Follow me, Charm Protect. This thing is a fucking menace. I tell you what. I do need to make sure that I don't use normal moves into Ghost Mons, but because there's obviously the Annihilape and the Gholdengo that are around a lot in this meta, so I need to make sure that I don't population bomb those guys. But just a follow me and protect population, that's a great fucking mod. Can slot into a lot of options. And then lastly, we have the Rotom Heat. So the Rotom Heat was the last mon added to the party, and I added him kind of specifically to help take care of like Earthquake and Torkoal, kind of those Dragonmons. He does have a Terra type fairy with Terra Blast to also kind of take care of those Dragonmons. He can take care of the Gholdengo, and he's just got the Murkrows that we're seeing. He is an answer to a lot of things. I think he is a really great choice, and I'm excited to play with him. He's definitely going to get a lot of good work done. So that's that. I don't know how many notes I need to put. I need to get better at like putting my notes in as I'm talking about things instead of talking about things and then putting in notes. So I'm just going to go ahead and skip putting in notes for the future team today because we are just over 15 minutes. So let's go ahead and wrap it up here. And I will try and yeah, I don't know. We're just gonna throw this up. We'll improve upon it in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. See you next time. Hopefully in about 3 days. That's the release schedule plan. And I will by then hopefully get this team up and running and see how it initially goes. All right, ciao for now. Bye bye.